Welcome to a new episode of Reminiscing Bollywood Classics. So, recently I saw that everyone was celebrating 100 years of Mr. Raj Kapoor, and I realized that not one of my episodes features a Mr. Raj Kapoor film. So, my apologies to all the Raj Kapoor fans out there. Now, when we talk about Raj Kapoor films, we mostly tend to think of Avara Shri 420. There is Anadi, Sangam, Barsat, Chori Chori, which are great films, no arguments over here. But there is one film of his which people tend to forget. Not their fault, because the film was a colossal flop at the box office. But I personally feel this was his finest performance as an actor. The film I'm talking about is the 1966 classic Teesri Kasam. It is based on a short story, Mare Gaye Gulfam, by one of the most acclaimed writers of Hindi literature, Mr. Fanishwarnath Renu, who also served as a screenplay and dialogue writer for this film. The film introduces us to Hiraman, played by Mr. Raj Kapoor, who is a simple bullock cart driver in a remote village in Bihar. One night, he almost gets caught by the police while he is transporting illegal goods. He realizes he could have easily gone to jail for a few years and takes his first kasam that he will never ever transport any illegal goods. He takes his second kasam when the bamboo which he is carrying on his cart manages to upset a few horses. The owners of the horses beat up Hiraman, and he takes his second vow that he will never ever transport any bamboo on his bullock cart. Now, this is when the actual film starts, and we are introduced to events which lead Hiraman to take his third vow, the Teesri Kasam. Hiraman is asked to transport Hirabai, played by Mrs. Wahida Rahman, to a nearby village which is 20 miles away. Hirabai is a dancer in a Nautanki troupe, a profession which is largely looked down upon by everyone. The journey takes them around 30 hours to traverse, and over the course of this journey, these two individuals from two different worlds form an inseparable bond. Hiraman regales Hirabai with a folk song which tells the sad tale of Mahua. The story is narrated in the form of a fantastic song, Duniya banane wale, kya tere man mein samai, kahe ko duniya banai. This song by Mr. Hasrat Jaipuri is the soul of the film, and initially you associate the song with poor Mahua's story. But when the film ends, the song transitions into something different. Now the song reminds you of Hiraman and Hirabai's story. It is described as a drama film, but I beg to differ. It is a beautiful, pure love story where the individuals do not profess their love for each other. But selfless love exists between them. But the question is love enough? Just because two individuals love each other deeply, should they end up together? In a Bollywood film, it is a big yes, mostly, but in reality, I would say no. There are some harsh practical realities to consider, which Hirabai is smart enough to think about. There is a poetry by Mr. Sahir Ludhianvi Saab which goes, वो अफसाना जिसे अंजाम तक लाना न हो मुमकिन, उसे खूबसूरत मोड़ देकर छोड़ देना अच्छा. And I think this is what she does. Though not exactly, because she chooses to reveal her secret to Hiraman. There's a very beautiful dialogue in the film which sums up the two extremities in which Hirabai stands in the society. She tells a local landlord who casts an evil eye on her, आपकी निगाह में मैं सिर्फ एक बाजारू औरत हूँ और उनकी निगाह में देवी. And the reality is that both were wrong. For Hiraman, Hirabai is an object of worship, and she too pretends to be what she is not, just for the sake of Hiraman. She plays the character of Leila in a play, but in reality, she knows she is no Leila, never can be one. But for the sake of Hiraman, she subconsciously pretends to be one. She herself does not realize that even after her play is over, she has not shed the character she portrayed. Hiraman, for his part, wants to maintain the image of Devi which he has in his mind of Hirabai. Nothing can convince him that he is under an illusion until Hirabai realizes that there is no use of extending straws of hope to Hiraman which do not exist. Mr. Raj Kapoor delivers his career best performance as Hiraman. The rustic accent, the mannerisms, the naivety of Hiraman are best captured by him, and he owns the role. Hirabai is a woman who possesses gravitas, is mature, and is wise. Wahida ji encapsulates all of it, and the dance numbers performed by her are exquisite. We are first time introduced to her character when the camera pans on her serene face while she is sleeping, and Hiraman explains in shock, "Are, ye to pari hai." You cannot blame him for saying that. In an interview with Rajya Sabha TV about Mr. Fanishwarnath Renu, on whose story Mare Gaye Gulfam, the movie, is based, his daughter Navneeta revealed that Mr. Renu's youngest daughter was named Wahida Rahman after the actress. The lyric writing duties were shared between Shailendra Saab and Mr. Hasrat Jaipuri, and the music was by the duo of Shankar Jaikishan. The soundtrack is folksy and has that rural, rustic charm to it. There is Chalat Musafir, Paan Khayo Saiya, and Sajan Re Jhoot Mat Bolo. All are memorable. But the best song is Duniya Banane Wale, written by Mr. Hasrat Jaipuri. The silken voice of Mukesh entrances, and trust me, you will play the song on repeat mode. This is Mr. Basu Bhattacharya's first film as a director, and he went on to direct movies like Avishkar and Anubhav. You'll be forgiven for thinking that Mr. Bimal Roy directed this film because Basu Bhattacharya was an assistant director to Mr. Bimal Roy in films like Madhumati and Sujata. So definitely there are glimpses of Mr. Bimal Roy in the entire film. The film was produced by renowned lyricist Shailendra, and he was pressurized by Mr. Raj Kapoor and the distributors to change the film's ending, or as I would say, Bollywoodize the ending to suit the masses. But Shailendra Saab was adamant. If you change the ending, the Teesri Kasam taken by Hiraman right at the end makes no sense at all. It just kills the whole point of the story. He stayed true to the story of Mare Gaye Gulfam, but had to pay a heavy price. The film flopped at the box office, and Shailendra Saab came under heavy financial debt. This took a toll on his health and led to his untimely demise. Had he lived, he would have seen his creation, his baby, win the National Award for the Best Feature Film. This is the hallmark of a true artist. They do not pander to the audience. They create art for themselves. Finally, I would like to add that the last scene of the film will move you. No over the top melodrama, just pure, raw, natural emotions with minimal dialogues. These words echo in your mind right after the end credits roll. जीवन के पथ पर मीत मिलाए, मीत मिला के तूने सपने जगाए, सपने जगा के तूने काहे को दी जुदाई, तूने काहे को दुनिया बनाई. Until next time, folks. Thank you for listening.